So hi everyone, it's Paul Stevens here from Short-Term Rentals here at VRMA International 2024 in Phoenix, and I'm joined by John from Direct. So John, please introduce yourself, Direct, and everything else you're doing in the industry.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. It's great to be on here. I'm John Stokinger. I'm the Director of Sales of Direct Software. I also co-host the No BS podcast, which maybe you've seen or listened to it with my co-host Matteo Bradford. Great show. It's actually been it was refreshing. I feel pretty optimistic with some of the changes that VRMA has made. We saw some decent traffic, and if I'm looking at a standpoint of like a direct, why I'm here, in my what pays the bills, right? Is that we are a PMS that's competing against and / with all these. It's a very muddied, like a lot of different softwares in the system, and it feels good to be able to offer a solution out there that people are excited about, and
So you hinted a little bit there, but what are your overall impressions of the event this year, maybe compared to previous editions?
I think overall we're down in attendance, so there's a lot of different things you can look at there. Is it the macros? It's an election year? It was a little bit different, not everyone in the industry had the greatest numbers, and the margins were a little bit different. So I think overall, from what I understand, we're down at about 30% attendance. But with that, the people that are here, they're still hungry. They're still, wanting to learn about the best practices and learn. And if they're on the floor here, they're evaluating some sort of tech or some sort of solution to make their day-to-day life better. So that really hasn't changed. But the interactions, they seem hungry to go ahead, and whether it's how can I save some more money because margins are down, or just how can I guess how can I make my processes easier? If I'm not saving money, how can I save time, which in turn saves money?
And I don't know if you've been in any of the sessions or you've been on the booth all day, but what are your impressions, maybe what you're hearing about the key challenges in the market right now?
Unfortunately, I haven't had much time to attend sessions. We've been selling a lot. It's just, so that's a good problem to have. The key challenges that I'm hearing, just even from day to day on the floor, or just selling in general, is that the biggest things that I'm hearing are how do you differentiate your property, from other people in your market. So it's the differentiators, and in a beige market, in a beige world, how do you go ahead and make your inventory stand out, make it more rentable? And that's some of these things from a marketing standpoint and from a staging standpoint aren't really necessarily being addressed. I mentioned, I was talking to someone else earlier, a big issue that we're seeing is there was a huge influx of inventory. So you got so much inventory coming in from 23, 22, 23, 24, it was a buildup, and now there's all this excess inventory, but they're all the same inventory, and like, my listing isn't renting. Well, no kidding, it's not renting, because you're not being proactive about it. You're just assuming it's supposed to rent, and what we do isn't easy. You actually got to work hard at it.
And so we've talked about challenges in the market. What would you see more on the upside about opportunities in the space?
On the opportunity side of things, I think that coming in with, there's so much tech, and with AI coming into everything, there's the sky's the limit. So if you have the ability to look outside the box, and maybe not be within the constraints on how it was done 5 years ago or how it was done 10 years ago, and you're open to adapting to new processes and new technologies, the sky is the limit. Truly, there's nothing that can't be done, and all these little margins can be brought in and getting greater for you. You just have to kind of look outside the box.
And I mentioned it in my previous interview about Airbnb's just announced its winter release today. I think Booking.com are doing predictions, Expedia Group doing their unpack too. So it might be slightly early, but do you have any early predictions for what we're going to see in the space in the next 12 or so months?
I'm no Simon Lehman, so no. My prediction is I don't really have any predictions on that type of like the macros like that, but I think that we're just going to see property managers and hosts become smarter, and then hopefully use the tools that are at their disposal to go ahead and hopefully more profitable businesses.
And one final question, just in terms of direct, what do you think the plans are for the year ahead? Maybe there are things you can or can't talk about. I don't know.
That's a great question. Direct, we're at that point. We're about to like really take off. We're really excited. Have some amazing new accounting functionality that has come out, and for us, we're at this kind of that inflection point where it's people are starting to really talk about the product. Our team has built an amazing property management software solution that with a focus on property managers and not on necessarily a return on investment like some of these other ones. So we're excited, focus on property managers and the accounting functionality and direct booking website. It's all included. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a great year.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.